Watching the Seahawks and Pete Carroll lose to the Rams yesterday, and that just wasn't a loss. That was not just a loss. First of all, something that's really important to know. The Rams have a better offensive line, a better running back, better receivers, better offensive structure. The best defensive player on that field is a Ram, Aaron Donald. They have significantly better special teams. Know this. The Rams have all sorts of cap space to get even more good players. Seattle has very limited cap space. Also, the Rams are significantly younger than the Seahawks. They are significantly more capable of adding players. They've got better players. Offensively, the personnel is not close. And when I'm watching that game, that's not the Rams beating the Seahawks. You want to know what it is? I'm going to give you a parallel. And I know it real well. When Pete Carroll was at USC, and Pete's always had this pro player, kumbaya, kind of loose, let it ride, it fell apart fast. They went from Rose Bowls to the Emerald Bowl in a year. They went from dominating the conference to 5-4 in the Pac-10. Okay, never forget what happened to Pete Carroll at USC. Dominated the conference. Then two offensive guys joined the conference, Chip Kelly and Jim Harbaugh. And it was never the same. Who's entered the NFC West? Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan. The two best offensive minds in this game. Pete's in trouble. They got to rebuild. They're old and entitled with a bad O-line, no backs, average receivers, inferior special teams to the Rams, and they don't have an offensive structure as good as the Niners or Los Angeles. Chip Kelly and Jim Harbaugh, at the very end, entered the Pac-12. Pete got destroyed in a game against Oregon and Chip Kelly, 47-20. It's never the same. That was yesterday. That was the Oregon game with Chip Kelly. That was Sean McVay saying, bro, you're old. Your players don't work in this conference. You're expensive. You're not going to dominate recruiting. That wasn't a loss for the Seahawks. The baton wasn't even passed. It was yanked out of their hands. The Rams are significantly better personnel-wise on offense, with a significantly more clever coach, with more cap space, tremendous momentum. And they don't have a locker room with Richard Sherman and Michael Bennett and Earl Thomas and Bobby Wagner. Did you see what they did after the game yesterday? Players taking shots at each other. I am telling you, it looks exactly like Pete at the end at USC. Here came Chip Kelly and Harbaugh, new out-of-the-box thinking offensive guys. Pete's team got old fast. Here comes Kyle Shanahan with Garoppolo, McVay with Jared Goff, two excellent pocket throwers with very nice pieces. The Niners will only get better because of their draft spot. It doesn't feel the same. Can Pete reboot? Can John Snyder reboot? I'm not sure. But what I saw yesterday, that's Chip Kelly and Harbaugh entering the Pac-12. You watch Garoppolo and you watch the Rams. Pete, your life got significantly tougher, and you're now facing, just like you were about 7 years ago, the two best young offensive minds in your sport.